Hey guys, it's Vicky. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to win sweepstakes and giveaways. So this will be a two-part video. The second part will be out next week. Part one is going to focus on the basics of getting started. And, if you saw my videos in the beginning, typically I do videos about Poshmark, and I wanted to add in sweepstaking videos because I am going to be doing that for my Poshmark. I'm planning on taking whatever money that I do win and using that to source for Poshmark. And of course, if I win certain items, I might put them on Mercari, and make money off of them, or I might use them as gifts for family, which will probably be what I'm going to end up doing in the end. But I don't know yet. You just never know until you win what you win. And I enter every type of giveaway there is, sweepstake, so there's no telling. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you need to do before getting started is an email address. You want to make sure that you have a separate email address than the one that you use for your personal email. You want to have somewhere where you're okay with a ton of spam mail coming to your account, because you're going to get a lot of spam mail. Typically, when you enter a sweepstake or giveaway, they'll have little boxes that you have to check for the privacy policy and the agreement and all of that. Some of them, they make certain ones mandatory, and then there are some that are optional. I never check the optional because typically the optional check boxes are the spam. A lot of these companies also want you to sign up for their newsletter as an extra entry, so I always sign up for their newsletter. Plus, the newsletters will let you know when they have new giveaways, and it's kind of like a win-win. So yeah, definitely get a separate email address from your main. All right, so the second thing that you want to do is have social media accounts. You need to have a Twitter, an Instagram, a Facebook, and a Pinterest. Those are the main four. If you're into gaming, Twitch is a good one to have. A lot of these giveaways are on these sites. So, they're not just on a website you go to. Some of them send you to Facebook to enter. Some of them will send you to Twitter. Some of them will send you to Instagram. So there's a ton of different types of giveaways, which we're going to cover today. But yeah, make sure you have an account, even if it doesn't have to be your personal accounts. It can be one that you opened for sweepstaking only. So definitely have those types of social media accounts open. So the next thing would be where to go, where to find the sweepstakes. And it's not as easy as just going to Google and typing in giveaways or sweepstakes, because typically you're going to find a lot of old expired giveaways, and there's some tricks which I will do in later videos to show you how to find current sweepstakes using Google search. But today I'm just going to stick with some of the places that I go that already have the sweepstakes and giveaways on their site. So my favorite sweepstake site is called sweepstaketoday.com, and I will put a link to that in the description below. The reason I like them is because once you enter it, it tells you that you've entered it. So you don't re-enter it again unless it's a daily sweepstake, which I'll talk about that too in a few minutes. Sweepstakes Today, they have basically, it's a whole setup. They have the new sweepstakes, they have the types of sweepstakes down the side. It's extremely helpful, especially for somebody who's just starting out. I highly suggest their site. I think it's great. The second site that I like to use is called online-sweepstakes.com. They have a lot of blog-focused giveaways, a lot of books, a lot of, Amazon gift card prizes, stuff like that. And they just give you a link and send you to these blogs that are having these. They scour the internet for all of these for you. So that is a great one to go to as well. And the third one that I like to use is called sweetiesweeps.com. And she's basically just like them, but she has more of a blog style to her website, and it's just giveaways and sweepstakes. And she has them listed by types and so on and so on. So check those three places out. They will be in the description below. Those are the best sites that I've found so far. Also, you can go to reddit.com, and on Reddit you can go to the thread called giveaways, and they also have a thread called sweepstakes, and you can find giveaways and sweepstakes to enter there. So once you start entering the sweepstakes and giveaways, the one thing that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to is the official rules. So all it takes is to miss one small little thing and you will be disqualified. So your entry won't make a difference. Some of these blog giveaways will have the terms, which blog giveaways are much different than sweepstakes on websites for like companies like General Mills and stuff like that. The blog giveaways, they say, well, in order to be entered, you need to leave a comment below, you need to, you know, fill out this entry form, you need to also follow us on Instagram. You know, it might be not very visible, but a lot of them want you to follow them on their social media platforms. So you have to really make sure you read the official rules. So when it comes to the official rules for most any sweepstake, you have to make sure that you are basically qualified. Make sure that it applies to your area where you live. Sometimes they might be for a certain state only, or a certain region of the United States, or, well, the ones that I enter they're all in the United States, so I don't worry about everywhere else in the world. But you really want to pay attention to that part. Also, when it comes to your prize, so let's say that you want to enter to win a vacation. Most of these companies will have the prize as being like a round trip coach airfare and hotel. Everything's covered. But there's also some that will only do like the hotel rooms or the stuff once you get there. But you are responsible for traveling to these places. So you have to always look at the rules to make sure, especially for vacations, that it's worth it. You know, if you're not going to be able to drive all the way to California to go stay in a hotel for 2 days, there's no point in entering that sweepstakes. So don't enter sweepstakes that you just, there's no point in winning. You know what I mean? I've done that. I entered a sweepstake that was in Chicago. I didn't realize it was for a salon in Chicago. I was just entering giveaways and I won it and I had to give it up. So another thing is, say for instance, they have a prize and it's something that you really don't want. So let's say they have a weed eater. Okay, and you're like, well, I don't really want a weed eater. What you can do is go to the official rules. You can look, and sometimes they will give you a cash option where you opt for the cash in the amount of what that prize is. So always check that. If you don't like that prize, maybe they have a cash option. If so, then it might be worth entering. So always read your official rules. They are pretty important. And then, of course, when it comes to checking your email after you have done giveaways and sweepstakes, you will have a lot of spam mail, but I suggest checking your email at least twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, to look for winning emails. I have come to find that there's a search bar at the top, and you can actually search for like "you won" or "congratulations" or "you're a winner," and it'll pop up if you have any emails with that. Or you can just do a quick scan through. Also check your spam mail, because sometimes they come into your spam mail box on accident. But yeah, those are the basics of part 1. Now, when it comes to the types of giveaways there's a number of types. So you have your one-time entry, which is the type where you can only enter one time. And then you have your weekly entries, where you can enter that giveaway once a week. You have your monthlies, which you can enter once a month. And then you have your dailies, which you can enter every single day. So the dailies are very important to me because that's an extra entry. That means, say for instance, I have somebody who's entering sweepstakes and they enter one time for that daily. And I decide I'm going to enter every single day that giveaway is open. That means I have like 30 entries when this person only has one. So my chances of winning it are much higher than the person who only entered once. So I definitely think that the daily giveaways are a great one to focus on. So keep that in mind. They have Instagram giveaways where you will follow a bunch of people and blah, 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 that kind of stuff. I don't really care for those. They have text to win giveaways where you just text to a number. They have blog giveaways where you use like Rafflecopter or King Sumo or Viper. There's a bunch of different little platforms where you will have a lot of options for a certain amount of entries. Those are fun. You can find those all over the internet, but mainly on blogs. Okay, so you also have Instant Win. Now, Instant Win games are my favorite because you can play them every single day and you get a chance instantly to win something. And all of my wins have come from Instant Win games. In the past, I, of course, won things where I waited much longer and I got emails for them, but the majority of my wins have always came from Instant Win games. I really enjoy them, and it's nice to just hit a button and then win $50, you know? So I would definitely say play your instant win games every single day. There are some that are actually 24-hour instead of daily, so you have to wait 24 hours since the last time that you did them. Typically what I will do is I'll enter all of my instant win games first thing in the morning, and then I'll do it again the next morning and just do it like that. So I'm probably leaving some off. If I am, and you know what I left off, comment below. I will catch everything up in part 2, what I left off. So those are pretty much the main types. Now you also have contests where they want you to send in a photo or a recipe, things like that. They take a little more time, but the odds of winning those are much higher because not a lot of people do those. I personally don't do those because I'm lazy and I don't feel like going the extra mile for a chance to win, which is stupid, but I just don't want to do it. I would rather just, use my auto form filler and just go. And that brings me to my next part, which is auto form fillers. If you're on Google, typically you have an auto form filler where you'll click the little box and it'll like show your name and your email address, and you just let it fill everything for you. They also have something called RoboForm, which you can download and use. I typically just use the one that is already on my computer that came with Windows 10, I guess. I don't even know what it came with, but that will save you a lot of time. So yeah, that's the basics of part 1. The main thing, keep a positive mind and keep entering. Don't get discouraged because you're not going to win in this first month. If you do, it'll be like an instant win. Typically, it takes about 4 to 12 weeks for you to find out if you did win anything once a giveaway is over, unless they specify the date that they're going to be announcing the winner in the official rules. So, don't get upset if you've entered, 1,000, sweepstakes and you haven't won anything yet. It is coming. I promise you, you will win as long as you keep entering. Don't stop entering. Just enter. I take 2 hours a day to enter giveaways, sometimes more. Just depends on how much free time I have on my hands. So just dedicate whatever extra time you do have to doing it, and I promise you, you will start winning. If you have won things with sweepstakes and giveaways, let me know below. I'd love to hear what kind of prizes you've won. The one thing that I'm trying to win right now, obviously, still gift cards and money. But I'm trying to win that great vacation. I've been trying since 2012, 2013, around that time. I haven't won it yet, but it's coming because I'm not going to stop this time. Alright guys, so I hope this part of the video was helpful. Part 2 will be out next week and it'll have a little bit more information for you. I will talk to you all in my next video. Good luck. Bye.